Ow! Ow! Yep, that's me. We have a dilemma here. Gen Z, you know them, maybe you don't love them, but the future rides on them. We're all gonna die. We're all addicted to our screens in some way, whether you're browsing TikTok, or playing Fortnite, or perusing a scandalous website. The orange box, if you will. So, when you're dragged out of bed and forced into the education system, how am I supposed to keep myself entertained? Heroin? No, I'm a criminal, not an addict. But luckily, the internet has our backs when we don't want to talk to people. Give it up for anti-socialism. That doesn't mean what I think it means, does it?
Alright, so first of all, phones are off the table. Sure, chances are you might be able to use your phone at some point throughout the day, but we're gonna play on hard mode here. Or basically, any outside device is off limits. I remember as a kid, I brought my Game Boy Color into school and I thought it was the most awesome thing. And then some kid decided to be a snitch and bye-bye Game Boy privileges.
Wherever that kid is now, I hope he's rotting away somewhere terrible. Like, I don't know, Applebee's?
Let me take you back to my middle school days. A truly amazing time in my life. That's a lie, I fucking hated middle school. But there was one saving grace throughout those years. None other than the one, the only, calculator!
See? It's fun.
No, but really, let's talk about cool math games, in which none of the games are about math. There is a regular coolmath.com, which is actual math, but I guarantee you that's not what's keeping them in business. There are just so many games here, fairly low quality games at that, but come on, you're at school. If you're in dire need of some Elden Ring scale experience, you've got serious privilege. This is great though, because if you're using a cheap ass Chromebook, you're gonna need something that won't take a toll on it. Except I can't even play Google Snake without it stuttering. So many classics here, but I'll just talk about a few of the ones I remember playing as a kid. Of course, we have Run. Look, Mom, a funny little alien. You just run and jump. It's nothing too crazy. Everyone's played a runner games like this before. You have Temple Run, Subway Surfer, Flying Gorilla? I mean, he's not running, but how could you say no to Flying Gorilla? I also remember playing the Papa series. That sounds kind of weird out of context, but you know what I mean. Papa's Pizzeria, Papa's Burgeria, Papa's Hot Doggeria.
I'm still waiting for Papa's Diarrhea.
These are games that introduce you to the horrors of the real world. Customers, and lots of them. It's your job to make food according to the customer's orders, and you better do a good job, or Papa's Diarrhea is gonna become real. The Fireboy and Water Girl isn't what I played a whole lot of, it just never really appealed to me. It looks like a 5-year-old made these characters in MS Paint. This is a puzzle platformer, and I guess you're probably supposed to play it with another person, because you move one of them with WASD and the other with the arrow keys. Look, I'm lonely, so I tried to play it alone, but I almost had a brain aneurysm trying to control both of them at once.
See, this is why I don't play piano. It's just too hard to wrap my head around using both hands for different things. Like, I try to start playing and then it just comes out. I don't know how to stop it. What am I doing wrong?
Oh, and who could forget the world's hardest game? Can you believe it? They fit Dark Souls onto my Chromebook. It's a miracle. Yeah, you just play as a cube and navigate your way through the levels while dodging the circles. That's racism if I've ever seen it. The game isn't even that hard, it just takes a bit of critical thinking skills, but you know, I'd rather play Professor Layton if I wanted something like that. But of course, we're in school, so that's not an option. Or is it?
I'm about to say a single word that strikes fear into the hearts of the American people. Emulation.
Look, say what you will about emulation, whether it's legal or illegal, moral or immoral, you can't deny that it's terribly convenient. And what's more convenient than downloading an emulator?
A wheelchair!
Having an emulator on the internet that you can just play. Yeah, there are several websites out there that emulate ROMs from many different consoles right on their webpage. No downloads necessary. So if you're not opposed to playing some of these games with a keyboard, go for it. I played quite a bit of Donkey Kong Country in my biology class last year, and this is how. Although, depending on what you're trying to emulate, you might get varying results. I tried playing Pokemon Black 2 on here, and
well, there goes my mortgage. The school's gonna take every goddamn penny from my bank account.
Minecraft? Sure, that's a thing. Obviously, it's not a fully fledged version of Minecraft or anything, but I've seen quite a few people at school lately playing the classic version of Minecraft that you can play in your browser. People I didn't even know played video games, mind you. But in all fairness, it is the best-selling game of all time, so I'd venture to say a lot of people have played it. Hell, even Mussolini's played it.
Alright, Google, how to make a bomb. Oh shit, I forgot to put it in Minecraft.
That is something to keep in mind, sure. Your school is probably monitoring everything you're doing, so don't try to do anything too risque on the school computer, both for your sakes and the poor IT guys.
Alright, well, I played Minecraft. What's next on the list? Oh man, I love Roblox. Is my act convincing enough?
Yeah, I don't really know how viable this is since you have to actually download Roblox and whatnot, which chances are you might not be able to, but if you can, I mean, go for it. I remember back in elementary school, I was playing Roblox on school computers and I was having a blast. My friend showed me this Roblox Attack on Titan game, and that was my first exposure to Attack on Titan, when I was in like 2nd grade. Yeah, that's normal.
Actually, I remember last year in one of my classes, this guy brought in a USB drive with all of his Steam games on it, and he thought he was just gonna plug it into the computer and start playing Apex Legends in the middle of class. Yeah, no, he may have been the homecoming king, but the teacher was not having any of that. He didn't do any work in that class. I, on the other hand, was on the nice list, unlike George Bush. So he didn't bat an eye at me playing the Sporkle Pokemon quiz in the middle of class. Yeah, that's right, I can name all 156 Gen 5 Pokemon. Who wants me?
Dare I say it? Chess. There, I said it. Look, that is just not me. I'm not the chess guy, but this thing is an epidemic, I'll admit that. Every single class, I see someone playing chess, but until the pieces turn into funny anime characters, I'm not listening. Now we're talking! Look, sometimes I just want to terrorize the chess club out of spite. Oh, and Cookie Clicker. That's a thing? Games like this don't interest me at all, I'm sorry. Ooh, I click and the funny bar goes up. Yeah, big deal. Now you might be saying, Wyatt, you play RPGs, what's the difference? Like I said, goofy looking anime characters. I like them.
But now, let's talk about another beast entirely. Teacher-endorsed games.
Yeah, most of these suck. Kahoot is alright, it certainly brings some ferocious competition in my chemistry class.
What do you mean the answer's not Walter White?
We used to play Just Dance in my elementary school health class, but I don't think that's a unique experience. I mean, it's f***ing Just Dance. There was something really surreal about seeing a Nintendo Wii at school though, because those were two paths I didn't know could cross.
I can't for the life of me remember what it was called, but one time in Spanish class, we played Spanish Among Us. It always comes back to haunt me. It was basically just Among Us, but instead of going around doing tasks, you had to answer questions in Spanish.
Oh yeah, and Scratch is a thing. I remember I had a class in 8th grade where we had to do a few projects on Scratch, although I wouldn't say we were making games per se. It was more so just telling a small story and showing that we knew how to use some of the components. I actually found one of my old projects from that class, so I'll go ahead and show you that. Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. The Persona 5 music, the Persona 5 cat, Minecraft Steve.
Alright, I think that's it. I'm done. I didn't think this was possible, but I'm tired of games. I mean, I'm a gamer, sure, but it's just so hard to get invested of any of these. I mean, they're just dumb little time sinks that are perfect for the occasion, but a man needs his Wheel of Fortune. And you know what? I think I know exactly who's propagating all these games too. You know what? I don't like them either. The chess club. You know what I think about that?